People have been creating music for a very long time, and music can mean a lot to a person. It can help people through a rough time, it can make you happy, it can make you celebrate, but sometimes songs are so inspiring, other artists feel like they have to play it themselves. But there's a certain technique to covers, okay? You can't just make a carbon copy of the original. I mean, you can, but where's the flavor in that? Where's the fun in that? Where's the creativity in that? A good cover, at least if you're asking me, is a cover that has some sort of different take on it, okay? The artist somehow took this song that we all know and love and made it theirs in some way. That is a sign of a good cover, but it's also the sign of a good musician, someone who can add their own little DNA into it. So today I thought I would cover 5 of my favorite covers. These are the people that took these songs and really made it their own. I think they did it so well that there's some of these that don't feel like they're covers, like they could actually be an actual song from them. And I have a feeling some of you are gonna be like, that's a cover? Anyways, let's get into it. I'm starting this list off with a song my mom actually liked. She showed me this cover actually, and I was like, yeah, I've seen it live. It's a cool song. And that is The Sound of Silence, covered by Disturbed, but was originally performed by Simon and Garfunkel.
To the neon god they made. To the neon god they made.
Now this song was originally written as a warning that people are not communicating, they're not talking to each other, and that will set up a very bad world. This was actually an entire lecture during one of my high school classes. It was an English class, and the professor came in and talked about the differences between the Disturbed cover and then the original. And basically the whole consensus is Simon and Garfunkel was giving us a warning that if we don't talk and we don't communicate and we don't come together, that's gonna be a really big problem. The original is basically a warning of what will be if we continue our actions. But the Disturbed cover, okay, is what has already happened. It's like, it's done, and this is what you did, alright? You're not talking to each other, you're not listening to one another, and this is what happened. Look at what you did. It already happened. And that song just sounds awesome. You know what I mean? It sounds insane. On to number 2, and this one is kind of like a double feature. There's a double thing going on. Cover that I'm crediting here is Måneskin because it's my favorite, but you'll see that there's another one here that is also worthy enough to be in this list, and I know there's going to be someone in the comments that thinks this deserves it more than Måneskin, but I like Måneskin. Their bass player is literally the coolest person on the planet. I want to be her so bad. Måneskin covered Begging, which was originally popularized by the Four Seasons.
I'm begging you. Begging you.
If you listen to the original compared to Måneskin, you can see that they definitely amped up the rock. And that bass line in there is... Now, Begging is about basically what you think it means. It's a song about doing somebody wrong and you're begging them to come back. It's like, I didn't mean it, baby. I'm sorry. I messed up, but please come back to me. Don't do it. If anybody's out there doing that, don't do it. Leave him. And I say this is a double whammy because this was covered again by Madcon. And it's interesting because it seems that both of these covers were so good. I don't think either time a lot of people realized that they are covers. It's like Madcon came around and it got so popular that I don't think a lot of people realized it was a cover, and then years later Måneskin covered it and it got really, really popular on TikTok, and I don't think people realized that one's a cover. So you kind of had a repetition of history there, but that just goes to show how good these covers are. If a cover is so good that you don't realize it's a cover, it's probably a really good cover. But the original version of Begging and even the Madcon one a little bit, they sound sincere. It sounds like they've regretted what they've done and they're just singing their hearts out and they're begging for this person to come back into their lives. However, with Måneskin, because it's so rock and roll and that singer has like almost like an aggressive, like that rock sound, it sounds like he doesn't mean it. It sounds like he's lying. It's like, he's out there living the rock star life. He's not gonna change. He's lying to you. I also can't help but feel like he's begging in the freaky way and not the sincere way. I think that's just kind of the whole vibe of Måneskin. They're freaky, but like, I'm into it. On to the third one on the list, which is Cancer, covered by 21 Pilots and originally by My Chemical Romance.
'Cause the hardest part of this. 'Cause the hardest part of this.
Again, much like begging, the title is pretty much telling you what the song is about. Cancer is about a person who is dying from cancer, and they are both physically and mentally going through that process. I know that this is like a controversial take to put these two like side by side. It just seems like the My Chemical Romance fans get mad when somebody's like, I like the 21 Pilots one, which I don't know why we're fighting. My Chemical Romance and 21 Pilots, it's the same thing, really. Y'all are both emo, like get over it, like why y'all fighting? I think these songs are so drastically different. If we're talking about message-wise, I feel like this is probably the most dramatic change. Because Gerard Way, fun fact, my car's name is Gerard, yes, for that reason. Gerard Way has such a powerful voice that it sounds like he's still fighting it. Like he's dying and he knows it, but there's still a part of him that's still willing to fight, that still wants to almost deny that this is happening. Like he's aware of it, but he doesn't want it to happen. There's still some fight in him. Tyler sings it and he's already given up. It's like, this is a goodbye letter and I've accepted my fate and this is it. I've given up. There's no more fight left. And both of those are just so drastically different, I don't think you can compare them. So like whichever one you like better. I don't know why we're fighting about it on the internet, but you know. Next up is Doing Time by Sublime. And this one, much like Begging, has an interesting timeline.
Summertime.
Doing Time, and the version that Lana Del Rey sings, is the Sublime version, okay? But Doing Time is kind of a variant of another song that exists. It's not exactly a cover, but it's not exactly an original song either. It's like a variation. By Summertime, a song written by George Gershwin. Summertime! However, one of the most popular versions of Summertime was actually performed by Janis Joplin. Summertime! One of my favorites, and she's also on my wall up here. Let's see. There she is, up there. I got told one time that the only people who still listen to Janis Joplin are me and boomers, but honestly, whatever. So yeah, Sublime took a version of Summertime and turned it into Doing Time. And then that version is what Lana Del Rey covered. Great. Doing Time is a song about being in love with someone that's so bad and treating you so bad it feels like you're serving time in prison. Hence, Doing Time. Now Sublime has that hip-hop reggae kind of feel, and that in itself makes it feel like very bouncy, like kind of playful and jokey. And it almost seems like in the Sublime version he's like, yeah, my girl's crazy, but like he kind of likes it, you know what I mean? Like he's kind of almost bragging that he's in this situation. Like it's a bad situation because he's doing time, but also it's like it's worth it because I like a baddie, you know what I mean? Especially during that part where it's evil, honorary, scandalous, and evil. Sounds like he's almost mocking. It sounds like he's almost kind of bragging that this is the person that he's with. Just the way he's saying it sounds very playful. But with Lana Del Rey, when she sings it, it's a warning. She actually means it. This person is treating her bad, and she means it, and she's actually serving prison time. Lana Del Rey's version completely took away that like playful feel and made it so much more melancholy. And it's just like the yearner version of Doing Time, basically. And this one, because I was a stupid little teenager when I found this song, I actually thought it was a Lana Del Rey song for a while. Sorry, my bad. But it sounds so much like what she would do. She made it slowed down and just kind of more in the feels and like, yeah, let's talk about this person that's doing me wrong and let's yearn about it. That is very on brand for Lana Del Rey. So, my fault. Last song on the list, and keep in mind these are in no particular order, I'm just listing them off, but the last one on the list is Walk the Line, covered by Halsey and originally performed by Johnny Cash.
I walk the line. I walk the line.
Johnny Cash wrote this song as a devotion to his wife, and the song is about like, I'm gonna quit my outlaw ways, I'm gonna quit my cheating ways, and I'm really gonna live a straightforward, honest life because of this woman who keeps me in line. And it sounds a lot more earnest with Johnny Cash. Like, it sounds like he's kind of glad that he found someone that can make him better and quit his cheating ways. And it kind of does sound like he's saying a pledge, like he's pledging that he will do better because of this person. Halsey, however, sounds like she's bound to this person, okay? This person is not treating her right. This person is not treating her well. And she's walking the line, but all for the wrong reasons. It sounds much more sad than the original. And also, once again, sounds 100% like Halsey. She took away all of the country elements. You wouldn't think that it was a country song at all unless you just knew the song previously. Added that iconic, classic Badlands sound. Badlands, by the way, turns 10 this year. Let that sink in. So once again, with Lana Del Rey and Halsey, we have a song that's performed by a man, but sounds a lot more sad when a woman sings it. Society. So there you go. There were my favorite covers that I feel like they made the song their own. And honestly, that's really cool when an artist can add their own flair to something, and it genuinely feels like something they would have written instead of just like copying somebody else. But what are some of your favorite covers? I'd love to talk about it in the comments. Also, by the way, I'm going to be annoying again. My bad. I mentioned this in the last video, and y'all are letting it flop a little bit. Why would y'all let Ethel Cain flop? That's kind of messed up of you, but I'm going to mention it again. I'm running a blog now on Tumblr. Here it is, beautiful. And I basically want to connect with you guys on there. I'm posting reviews, I'm posting thoughts, I'm posting theories about music. Here is Vic from Måneskin, once again, the coolest person on the planet. Here's a little thought I wanted to share with you guys on there today. My music taste is like if a divorced middle-aged dad was a girl. So yeah, that is basically just a little extension of my YouTube channel, and I'm also answering questions over there, so if you want to ask me anything about anything, go check it out. Go check out my Tumblr. Go follow me on Tumblr. And I would love to have more mutuals on there, so I might follow you back. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like and subscribe to join the Groovy Graveyard, and I will see you in the next one.